It's summertime. Wait, I'm up like a guy might fly out the shadow. Hit me on my worst day, I won't get mad. Yeah, I'm up, I ain't mad right now. Yeah, I'm up, I ain't mad right now. Got joy in my heart, yeah, I move like a star. Yeah, move, fix your lip, don't you hate little shit. Yeah, I'm up, I ain't mad right now. Yeah, I'm up, I ain't mad right now.
Yeah, up like a kite, might fly away to shadow. Hit me on my worst day, it won't even matter. I just hit J from Genesis for the ladder. Got a gate on my premises for the jackers. Easy, every day we ate Little Caesars. Overcame that just like Mandisa. Tie-dye colors all on my Tevas. Any tribe, you know just how we get. Hop on the track and flow. Now that I got that hoe, up and away I go.
I'm up like a guy might fly out the shadow. Hit me on my worst day, I won't get mad. Yeah, I'm up, I ain't mad right now. Yeah, I'm up, I ain't mad right now. Got joy in my heart, yeah, I move like a star. Yeah, move, fix your lip, don't you hate little shit. Yeah, I'm up, I ain't mad right now. Yeah, I'm up, I ain't mad right now. Hey, I bust through the roof, I got the dudes, they think I'm manic, yeah. Used to wanna shoot and make the like I'm Hispanic, yeah. Don't know how to juke, but I'm like, ooh, he go like, woo. Hey, we not fake, go ahead, hey. Fall on my demon, they started to pay me, and I know the finest, she calling me baby, and losing myself, but I'm still in shady, and I cannot wait till I'm playing in stadiums. I know how to shake, I know God is great. I go radiate, no, we not the same. I'm up like a guy might fly out the shadow. Hit me on my worst day, I won't get mad. Yeah, I'm up, I ain't mad right now. Yeah, I'm up, I ain't mad right now. Got joy in my heart, yeah, I move like a star. Yeah, move, fix your lip, don't you hate little shit. Yeah, I'm up, I ain't mad right now. Yeah, I'm up, I ain't mad right now. Yeah, left hand, right hand go. Yeah, no hands, yo. yeah, hey, hey, left hand, right hand go. Yeah, no hands, yo. yeah.
Kid Classic.
Yeah. Ride around the city with a brand new whip. Holy Ghost Phil got a brand new drill. Sack on the plate, Ray Lewis with a hit. Covered in the blood, turn ball with a stick. Turn me up, give me lit. Young boy looking fresh like a lick. Whole team running up with a click. Last leg better pass me the stick. I'ma walk around town with a stick. Real fresh like it just spit a mint. On the block, tell them put down the brick. They don't know nothing else, hit licks. They say trapping ain't dead. Gotta get they family fed. Uncle used to move way at, now he dead. I call you professional capper. Need a Grammy for best internet rapper. Turn the beat up, do my dance as a slapper. Really, yes, I know some boys that'll clap you. Let it bang, it come back like boomerang. You a killer on your records in the courtroom, you gon' sing. Ride around the city with a brand new whip. Holy Ghost Phil got a brand new drill. Sack on the plate, Ray Lewis with a hit. Covered in the blood, turn ball with a stick.
Down with my dogs like kids. 50 round, 100 round, yeah, you better run around. Dogs gon' sick like kids. Yeah, I'm busy, kid. You ain't no hitter, you miss. I ain't no party. You can't come hard as this. On God, you stake my dogs, but you can't touch this plate. You participate, can tell you fake. We see you stake, you play, we Memphis, stop the play.
Ride around the city with a brand new whip. Holy Ghost Phil got a brand new drill. Sack on the plate, Ray Lewis with a hit. Covered in the blood, turn ball with a stick. Turn me up, give me lit. Young boy looking fresh
cold cats in the corner store. Man, preach to the streets, yeah, I give them hope. You can't sell them no dreams cause they selling dope. I go dumb, I go foolish like Shawty Low. Jesus turned two fish to Papa those. Watch me shine in the field like I'm Julio. Got that stick, it ain't tucked for who want it though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about that time, you already know. Turn the speakers up, man, it's time to start the show. Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, DJ Jeremiah. We bringing the heat, man, this joint be fire like, bruh. We in the field, we in the field, bruh. We in the field, we in the field. Just put it in work, we raising the bar. You tuned in to the TRACKSTARZ.
Hey, yo, what's cracking? It's your man Lecrae, aka Crazy Crayola, the bond servant. Right now, you listening to the TRACKSTARZ, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, and Jeremiah. I see you, boy. Hold it down. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the field with the TRACKSTARZ, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Was good.
All right, for all things TRACKSTARZ, make sure you go to TRACKSTARZ.com. Follow us on Instagram at TRACKSTARZ, Twitter at TRACKSTARZ, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and download the app. Let's get it.
Man, it's been a crazy week, guys. I have been sick all week. Still waiting on my COVID test, man.
Praying for you, bro.
Yeah, we've been going through it. My wife has been holding it down. I had to stay away from my daughter all week, and my wife. It's been crazy. So pray for me if you can. Hopefully I'll get my results back soon, and then I'll be able to hang out with them again. But you know, so we're going through it. But today is still exciting. I look forward to Saturday so much, man. We always got some awesome people that want to jump on with us, and today we have Marcus and Ace from Reach Records in the building with us. What's up, fellas?
Hey.
What's up, TRACKSTARZ?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. I'm really good, man. Thankful. You know, feel refreshed and just excited, man. So I'm really good.
About you, Marcus?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and God has given us the opportunity to be able to continue to work and work with great people. Couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, man. So you got a big release that just came out. Summer 20 is out now, so go check it out. Man, talk about it. Tell us how this all came about in the middle of a pandemic.
Man, I know, right? Yo, it's crazy, man. Again, we thank y'all for having us here. So obviously, I think it's becoming a franchise now, right? The Reach Records Summer Playlist, it's officially a franchise. We kind of stumbled into it, honestly, and we, tried to like fine tune it some, and obviously even considered, rebranding it, but it just become a thing of its own. I think the people are just familiar with it, so we're just kind of here with it. But this came about, same thing like last year, just a way for us to use our platform to reinvest in the Christian hip hop scene, to highlight other artists and just highlight the genre in a way that kind of infuses the genre, you know what I'm saying? So, and also, to be honest, gives us at Reach a chance for all of our artists to drop singles on the same day. Yeah. Each artist can promote their song and single without having to promote a collective album. So it kind of gives that freedom, you know what I'm saying? So it's a win-win.
That's dope. Oh. I love the marketing for this. How much time goes into deciding the look and feel? Because when I started seeing everybody roll out their cartoon image, I was like, okay, this feels like a rollout. I see it coming. What we got going on here? Marcus, how do you decide on those things?
I think it's very collaborative. That's probably the most important thing I can say about the process. But it really starts with us trying to figure out, what do we want to say? What do we want to communicate? And how can we give ourselves the best effort? So when it came to this project, we knew that the music, we knew that the music wasn't specifically talking about race issues or COVID issues. And so with that in mind, we wanted to figure out what can we say we don't want to just put music out there. And so what we did want to do is try to give people unity, try to foster this sense of togetherness. And so once we decided that was the priority, we came up with the messaging. We tried to make it relevant. We tried to make it approachable. And then from there, it really just kind of, we have like the goalposts that we try to hit, but a lot of this stuff just happened, man. I was actually out in Summer Hill, Atlanta, And one of my favorite places to go, a bunch of friends of mine have restaurants and bars over there, and their windows have been busted out in the protests of Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
When the Wendy's burned down and all of that. But what the business owners over there did, instead of being angry about it, they turned it into art. So they put up all these Black Lives Matters murals, and it was dope. Wow. It was beautiful. So what I did, I was like, yo, who did this? So I reached out and got in touch with the artist who did those murals, because I felt like this is an opportunity for us, even if it wasn't going to be out in front, to still partner with this moment. So I reached out to the kid that was doing I wanted to invest Black, I wanted to invest locally. I reached out to this kid and was like, man, would love to work with you. Got the art done. The artist, you know, like A said, it was something that we've done now 3 times. The artist let us know that they wanted a way to have some individuality in the moment. So it was like, yo, why not work with this guy, make everybody their own character, call it a cookout, and invite people in. That's just that's just kind of how it came together.
Very good. Using the everybody's invited to the cookout thing. Dope.
That's very, very intentional, huh, Marcus? Right?
It's always, it may not be caught all the time, but it's always intentional. It's always intentional.
Yeah, that's an awesome backstory, man.
Yeah, man. So I have a question for you guys. Just how is, like, do you guys like do y'all sit there and say, okay, this is how we're gonna do it, like from top to bottom, or is it just like, hey man, we just gonna let this thing just ride out? Or is it like, how do y'all pick the set list of this?
Man, it's definitely like, it's a curation process. So, you know, throughout the year, as I'm watching people in the scene, I'm trying to think about who would be a good fit, who could really benefit from our platform, who deserves, you know, more amplification. So it's just the ongoing process. And then kind of see, like, for example, Rockstar JT, I've been knowing him for about a year and seeing him out and just seeing his heart, seeing how he interacts with people. Yeah. And then I saw him at Hobie's listening party at City Takers, and how he rocked the stage. And I mean, I've always knew he was dope, but I got to see him live, and I was like, this kid is dope. He's special. I would love to have him a part of what we're doing. So it's kind of like that. And then, you know, we do invite certain artists to submit songs. And then there's like a quality control process, honestly. Same with any song that comes out of reach. It's like, we all have to believe in the record. So some artists honestly may submit stuff that's really good, but it just may not fit the final product. And we just have, and so like, you know, there's some artists that we wanted to get on there this year that were on last year that just couldn't find the right song. So just an ongoing quality control process that just takes time, but everybody's allowed to speak into it at reach. I mean, from the intern to the marketing. If Marcus think a song is whack, he'll let me know.
Marcus don't be biased with that New York in him, do we?
Nah, not at all.
Speaking of artists, though, you know, a lot of people gonna be salty when they're like, "How come I didn't get no call? How come I don't?" How are people supposed to think about how to get involved in something like this? Should they feel slighted that they didn't cross your radar yet?
I think that for me to say they feel slighted, it's like, no, because the reality is what I think is, you know, fitting for the playlist. It's not a determination on whether somebody's dope or not. Right. So I think if an artist is arriving at that place, I would say, nah, don't let my opinion about your submissions to the Reach Records playlist define who you are. That's not the case at all. It's a matter of like finding the right song for the right moment. Obviously, the playlist is like lighthearted. It's about positive energy, sonically a little bit more bright, not as dense conceptually. So some of that plays into the playlist, right? So you may not get like a hardcore, intense boom bap record with deep content on it, because like the vibe is summer. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a barbecue, right? You may not want to. You know, you when you're at the barbecue, you probably don't want to have a guy pull up on you and just like start preaching to you for 30 minutes. Probably not. Yeah. But it is a time and place for that. You know what I'm saying? There's a time and place for that. And the playlist is just a way for like, hey, yo, come to the cookout, hear some good music, be lifted up in these times. We're not here to, you know, minimize the year we're in at all. We're just here to say, take a break, decompress a little bit. We know we got to get back to the protests. We got to get back to fighting racial injustice. We got to get back to the realities of COVID-19. but come and get a plate of chicken, bro.
Yeah, man. Got some potato salad for you, bro.
Yeah, just relax, you know.
You know what's interesting to me? It's interesting to me every time you guys drop one of these projects, you introduce me to new artists. And it's just been crazy to hear some people just like, where did they come from? Where are you all finding all these different artists that are just not on anybody's radar? Like, are you all talking to camps that are saying, hey, check out this? Or Ace, are you digging in the crates and going real deep to find these artists? Like, how are you doing this?
I mean, it's a collaborative thing. I feel like, well, okay, one example I would say, there's a girl named Chastity on there featuring Paris Perez.
That song is dope. That might be my favorite, honestly.
Oh.
Yeah, she's super dope. I like her a lot. I love her vibe. And so I actually my A&R manager, Kari Alamese, who works to my department, she is always advocating, yo, we've got to highlight more women. We've got to highlight more Black women. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's bring it. Yeah. And she put Chastity on my radar. And her being an employee at Reach, she was able to funnel an artist that we feel like has a dope platform and would work well on the playlist. So it's things like that. You know? And then I was like, and my takeaway was, all right, obviously Chastity's newer for the Reach Records fan base. How can we make it a moment to make it more accessible? So it's like, yo, Paris Perez, he just dropped that fire album. Yeah, I thought sonically this song was like consistent sonically with his album to some degree. And it was like a nice way to kind of like weave that together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You guys had a lot of we experienced overseas. And I kind of said this to you guys earlier about artists from overseas being on this project as well. Like, are we looking like to collab with more artists overseas? Maybe a Reach UK, a Reach International. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
Yeah, go ahead, Marcus. Yeah.
It's definitely something. It's something that we talk about a lot. You know, international markets are opening up. Yeah. Music-wise, altogether, and the faith is international. So it's definitely something that we think and talk about a lot.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, it is.
So let me know when you guys decide to do the old heads playlist. I'll be right there, Ace. You know me. I'll be right there. I just wonder because I know a lot of people like that feel like that spitty spit rap is going away. Do you feel like there's any place for that at all?
You know, it's funny. Marcus and I talk about that a lot, and Marcus has mentioned that. And I think that there is still space for it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, man. We do talk about, and a lot of the way that I try to frame everything is context is so important. Context is so important. And I think, especially right now where we're all at home, there's a huge market again for bars. And it's evolving. People are calling, like, there's a resurgence and people are calling it lo-fi. But that's nothing new. It's just new people are doing it, and it's coming on the heels of trap music. But there's so the context is right. I think we can do it, and that's what we always try to wait for. You know, is when's the right time to do it.
I would say like a lo-fi Reach playlist would be fire.
We actually have one.
Dope. I mean, I'm talking about like how y'all got the summertime fall playlist of artists with that sound. Amazing.
I would say that is, I guess I'll go ahead and say it. I definitely have considered that for sure.
Dope.
And I think it'll be dope to do.
It's definitely, we've talked about how to diversify this offering, and that's bars is right at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So you got to think about it. Even like Lecrae's Deep End didn't get placed on Mellow Bars playlist on Spotify. So like, and as I go to that playlist, I'm like, oh, there's a whole world of like lo-fi rap that's like a thing.
And I want to say this because I think people they feel like, man, bars is out, like R&B is out, stuff like that. One way to reframe this conversation is what playlists have now become are music blogs.
Yeah.
Right. So I was talking to Dale, Andy Minio's manager, yesterday, and we were talking about this, that if you wanted a certain type or a certain feel, you would go to a hip hop blog, and now it's all about the playlist. So those genres are well and alive. It's just a matter of going to the right place in the right context to find it. So yeah, man, that's what we on.
So guys, talk about the diversity of when you put this together, because I'm from Atlanta, right? And y'all know I grew up on like Lil Jon, the East Side Boys and stuff that just, Sean and Jeremiah make fun of me all the time for this. And so, and I love fast rap. So my favorite song is Don't Play Cheap. That's my favorite on the project. And so how did you guys, I mean, you being from the East, Marcus, and you, Ace, just in Atlanta, like how do you guys pull all these different sounds together, and how many people are saying like, yo, don't forget about my side, don't forget about the Midwest, don't forget about the West Coast? Do y'all get that pushback on some of these projects when people are submitting music or y'all are listening?
Well, Marcus is from Kansas City.
Yeah, let me correct that.
Jeremiah said
I'm from the Midwest.
Okay.
Yo, your vibe is straight and wild, bro.
No, what it is, New York people feel like everybody in hip hop that knows hip hop, he's gotta be from New York.
Yeah. Nah,
he couldn't be from Decatur with all this hip hop knowledge. It is geographically impossible.
I would play my home, because being from where I'm from, I get that all the time. People are like, yo, where, I'm from the Midwest, man. I'm a product of hip hop.
Where you get the accent from though? Because it's straight New York.
Nah, it's actually
like a Yankees jersey got on too.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, man, I think the way I talk is probably a mix of being from the Midwest and actually the South. So I lived in Kentucky as well. So it's just this interesting mix that comes out when I talk of, just those two places coming together, man.
That's funny.
Jeremiah said you were from the East earlier. Yeah, I didn't hear you correct him, so I was just like, okay.
I was so in the conversation that I didn't even think about it. But man, I'm from the Midwest, man.
And then when he said Jay-Z was your favorite rapper, that's everybody.
It's just like it starts to correct.
I mean, let's not talk about the regionalism in hip hop. Let's just keep it,
Well, no, I mean, because he asked the question, he was asking, are people fighting over their sounds? And Ace, you can speak to this a little more, way better than I could, but I think it's right now. The funny thing is, we were talking to the fellas over at the hip hop corner the other day, and the difference, I think, what's happening right now, especially in Christian hip hop, I don't think people think like that, and I don't think that the newer generation of hip hop thinks like that, at least regionally. I think it's more so everybody is influenced by everything, and so. Yeah, but Ace, you could, are people saying those things to you?
I mean, I think, definitely have got a lot of chatter about something Jeremiah mentioned earlier about the lack of a more East Coast rap boom bap sound and reach overall in general, like where you guys have left that, and I'm like, that's something to consider, even though commercially that's not necessarily the sound that's driving hip hop consumption.
Exactly.
So that's my pushback. But I think in doing the playlist, we definitely were intentional about making sure we couldn't have I'm Up, Stick, Holy Savage, and like 5 other songs that sound like that. I think that's not doing good justice. So we added some Afrobeat, Wande, Limo Blaze. We added some UK grime and drill with Melvillous. We added some R&B with Chastity. So it's just, we did try to be like diverse, and I mean I wish we could have got a Latin song on there, but it's just, so we're always considering how to make it diverse as much as we can. I wanted to have more female representation on there, which we want to fight to do better on that, to be honest. But overall, I think we definitely fought to be diverse as we could with the sound. And people may have their takeaways and say y'all could have did more of this, more of that. That's fine and fair. But we did try, right? We definitely tried.
Ace, what is your style? Because they described you as Southern. I don't think your style is Southern. I mean, we got beats from you from years ago. I've never felt like it was a Southern beat, right? What is your style?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm born in Atlanta. I'm sorry, born in Decatur, raised in Gwinnett. I'm raised in the suburbs.
There you go.
So Outkast is my, Outkast is my favorite group of all time. But I would say my style is production style is I'm influenced heavily by Timbaland and Outkast. Heavily.
Yeah.
So that's what bleeds out, and my African heritage. So back when I was making beats, I would try to do trap drum patterns with non-trap sounds, kind of like a Timbaland would do. So the bounce, like when you hear "Dirt Off My Shoulder," the bounce is southern, but the textures are like different.
Yeah.
Timbaland is always so. Lil Jon, if Lil Jon made that beat, it'll be some 808 drums with the same melody, but just different like texture. So that's why I always felt growing up. I kind of changed now. I thought that the trap 808 textures were just saturated and overused. So I gravitated sonically to hearing like Timbaland textures, Kanye drum textures, stuff like that. But now I use trap drums because you can't get
away from them. Yeah,
you can't get away from them.
Yeah, Joseph King in the chat said East Coast don't even do East Coast no more.
Hey man,
it's funny how you laughed and then got offended.
He's right.
Yeah, the East Coast artists sound like Atlanta.
Yeah, it does. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
I think the rise of Pop Smoke and what they were doing with the sound that he was using was kind of
I love that sound, and I was so it was tough to see Pop Smoke go because I feel like that grime sound it felt New York, it felt East Coast.
Yeah, but you know, hopefully that sound doesn't die out because where Pop Smoke actually popped off was in the UK, where that sound really is driving, and he was sort of bridging the gap. You know what I mean? So hopefully that sound does.
He was kind of like contextualized. Would you say that, Marcus? Almost like
he was putting it in context because guys like Stormzy and some of those other guys from you, they have been doing it, but we don't in the States. We don't really. When we hear, you know, the London sound on records, it's like, man, that doesn't really work for us sonically. So he was, on the party, like sound like 50, got that gritty.
Yeah, you're right.
So it was very contextualized for us, absolutely.
Yeah. And even Drake trying to go over there and do stuff with artists to make that highlight to say, hey, this scene is bubbling. And the United States need to like focus on this scene. Like one of the biggest rappers right now is saying, "Hey, this may be the next wave that y'all forgetting if y'all don't get it together."
Well, it's like the conversation we were having earlier about what Puff did with Big. You know what I mean? Where New York was really looked at as the hip hop mecca, and then the West Coast. They did their own thing, so Puff is smart to put Big on some of that for commercial viability. Well, now the smartest artists, they start to understand that, you know, you only have a certain window to be purely about expressing yourself before you have to start to open the market up and say, like, what are people tuned into? What are people tapped into? And how can I make myself a part of that larger conversation?
Real quick, one question I have for you guys. What do you say for the people that says, kind of not like old school vibe, but just the people who've been with Reach from day one? Like, what about the I would say the OGs of Reach, like the Tedashis, the Trips of the world, and even kind of Andy too. But like as they go older, how do we not dismiss them for the new sound, if you quote unquote want to say?
That's a good question. I feel like we have to give space for them to still be themselves. So Tadashi, to me, is like that boy is like still as relevant as he was 15 years ago. I mean, he's got a #1 record.
Yeah, he was #1 earlier this year.
This year. So I mean, I think Tadashi has evolved and found a pocket that he's allowed to express himself in a more mature way sonically. So you may not get identity crisis Tadashi anymore. Like that doesn't work for him. But there are records like the Us record on the playlist and the Smile record where it's like a mature expression of a hip hop artist that's older, and I don't want to say my man old, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think hip hop has to, and I think some of my concern is that some of the early Reach fans who are like with Tadashi during that sound still want him to like do go hard, go home. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, you know, dudes was like mid-20s back then, right? So you have to kind of give the artist space who has like 3 kids. You know, he's not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta give them a space, like allow Tadashi and Trip to mature.
Yeah.
I ain't saying get washed, but mature. I feel like we've done that with like Jay-Z to some extent, and I think that's how the legacy artists, the artists who are initially founded, Reach can like stay relevant. It's like allow them to space to be themselves. If you know, if you're jumping too much on the wavy younger trend, it sometimes can come across like not as sincere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, Ace, thank you for showing love to my boy Tory Deshawn. I've been campaigning for Tory Deshawn for years. Tory Deshawn, Brett Love, that whole crew, man, they are so talented, man. I'm like, yes, finally, people are starting to see it. I mixed his first album, what was it, 5 years ago? Yeah. And when I mix albums, like, you start getting tired of it because you got to listen to the same songs over and over again, make sure the levels are right, blah, blah, blah. I never got tired of that dude's album, man. I was like, this kid is super dope. And Brett Love's production is crazy. So to see him on this a couple times, man, I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Somebody's getting it.
Man.
Yeah. Tory's dope. He's just dope. Like, he's just a genuine dude. We use him a lot. I mean, he's like family. I think there's like some people are just Reach Records like family. Like, somebody made this example the other day. It was cool. They said, like, you got Wu-Tang. You had Wu-Tang, who was like the 9 members.
Yeah.
And you have like the offshoots, people who were not necessarily officially in the group, but were like part of the family. I think Tory Deshawn is like 116 family. You know what I'm saying? So
we need to fix that too, though. We need to fix that too. Let's get him in there. Let's get him in there.
No pressure. No
pressure.
pressure.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't want to. If y'all already got something going, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta say nothing. I'm just saying, just consider my boy Tory. He's a star. So I'm done.
I want to ask this question. How is Reach as a whole dealing with the pandemic and like the fact that artists aren't on tour and shows have been canceled for the year? Like, how are you all keeping the motivation? How are you all keeping the energy up? Besides just releasing the playlist, like as a whole, as a community, as a fellowship for each other, how are you all keeping that up?
I mean, it's probably twofold, really. As far as, you know, we've tapped in a lot to our to the resources that have been made available through our distribution network, through different PPP plans and stuff like that, to try to create different incentives, knowing that the artists are not able to tour, and that's how they make a lot of their money. So we've put some of those things and made some of those things available to them. We've even come up with our own internal programs to try to get the artists, you know, lighten the load to incentivize turning in music and things like that. And Ace is doing a lot of cool things on the music creation side as well.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man, just staying in it. There was a couple Marcus, a couple like internal programs we offered to the artists to help respond to some of the financial crisis. You know what I mean? We have to do that. So the artists were able to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? The gig economy is not even existent right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is tough for a lot of people. So we understand that. And that's why we're encouraging our artists to we want to help them continue to put music out, so people can stream, consume it. Because I mean, you can't necessarily tour it right now.
That's a crushing blow, man. Yeah. That's why I encourage everybody, if you're watching right now, if you love these artists and you believe in what Reach is doing and other entities like this, man, support them like never before. Stream the mess out of it, because that's all they eating off of right now. That's it.
And honestly, too, go buy their merch too. That's not even merch. Buy their t-shirts, whatever you got to do, buy them. Yeah.
Like, literally, like you got to go out of your way right now, because there's no reason there's no reason any of these artists should be able to survive this time. Like, their number one economy is going out and doing these shows. So to keep them, if you want to keep hearing stuff from them and you want to keep seeing this, especially CHH, which we're just now starting to build some momentum, like to get halted like this is devastating. So really, really go out of your way to show support right now, because they need it.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. So thank you guys for coming through once again. Tell them how to find this new project. Leak whatever you guys got working on if you can. Just anything. What else you got?
I mean, we ain't got I mean, a couple things on the horizon. You'll be hearing it soon. Be on the lookout for Lecrae's Restoration album. It's gonna be. I tweeted it. I said it was his top 3 albums.
Oh, wow. Really?
And it's not number 3.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
What are the other 2?
You know, I don't want to say way too hot, but Anomaly and Gravity are very dear to me. I mean, ATWT too as well. I mean, so it's tough, but
yeah,
that's probably my top.
Yeah,
4,
we did a definitive where we kind of pared down the albums and to get down to the #1 Lecrae album, and Gravity actually won that. Yeah. Gravity was the #1 album in our definitive. So I don't think people like give it credit. You know what I mean? That was to me one of his first big albums. It was like, yo, this is special. This dude is special. This ain't no normal, like, this is serious.
Yeah.
Well, you got new heads that don't go that far back in the catalog, so when they hear the new stuff, they're just on the new stuff.
Yeah.
You go far back in the catalog, you'll get it.
I think, man, I want to give Lecrae a lot of credit on this one, and I think a lot of the reason why, you know, internally we all feel it's his best work because it's really his best self. I think Lecrae has done a lot of work on himself, and how he's what he's put into this music, how he's collaborated with all of us, whether that's on the music side, on the business side, on the marketing side. So the process and the journey has just been special, and it's really Lecrae, a very healthy Lecrae, a very mature, self-aware Lecrae, and so I think that's why we all feel that way.
Yeah, that's dope. That's
awesome, man.
You got me excited.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. We don't think you guys would be dissatisfied. And then Andy's working on a lot of stuff right now. Man, Hovey has been. That kid is, his work ethic is wild. So he's got
Hovey, man. We love.
I think Hovey always look at Publix and like, I'm not going back, so I'm gonna work hard.
Every time he drives by one, he be like, I got a new song now.
Hovey pulled up on us with that bang energy. He was like, I was made in the bathroom scrubbing them toilets. Like, so he's just like, and he's such a good kid, man.
Yeah,
he just doesn't make a bad song. He got some really cool stuff coming. Andy's been working a whole lot. So yeah, we feel like it's gonna be a good. We're looking to close out the year on a really good note. Ace and I have been really working, trying to do and see what we can to continue to push the label forward and really, really open up Reach Records a little bit more, so people can we can have more conversations like this, and we can invite more folks in to kind of spread the family net a little wider. So those are some of our goals and what we hope to do move forward.
No, you guys are doing a great job. We appreciate you too, man. You guys have really invested a lot into us, and we appreciate it. We really do.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you guys so much, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Sean, prayers up. Hope you get well. And
thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Yeah, so check out the summer playlist. You can catch it on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere that you stream music. It is set up on there as a playlist. So if you go, the main artist is 116. Search 116, and you'll be able to find the records. You'll be able to find the playlist. We also made a limited edition T-shirt. Given that it is a cookout, the good old family reunion souvenir staple joint. So you can go ahead and grab you one of those as a way to participate in the moment as well. And man, as always, we just appreciate the opportunity to keep doing this.
Absolutely.
Great job, guys. Love y'all.
Yes, man.
Man. Love you guys. Appreciate you.
All right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I miss you. It's been forever. I miss you a lot. It's like a little bit, but a lot.
Thanks, man. I actually gotta go. I gotta get inside to my daughter's friend's birthday party.
Whoa, hold on. A what?
A party.
Tell me what it's all for. When you get what you want and you still want more. In the end, you know that life's the reward. So baby, worry less. And celebrate more. Celebrate, yeah, celebrate more. Ay. Celebrate, yeah, celebrate more. Ay. Celebrate, yeah, celebrate more. Ay. Celebrate, yeah, celebrate more. Ay.
Jeez.
Are you all right, man? You good? It's all good, bro.
Just
clowning around.
Just a clown. What are you laughing at? You think that's funny?
Whoa,
Take
whoa,
that as disrespect.
Calm down, man.
It's all good, bro. That's cool.
Andy, we're good.
Nah, you're right. There's kids here.
Yeah. Sit back down.
Celebrate
Whoa,
more.
whoa,
Ay.
whoa.
Yeah. Top in the morning till you from the other side. And yeah. I've been to hell and back. I could've swore I died. And yeah. Dodging depression, looking for a message. Facing my fears, I'm hoping for a blessing. Telling my demons they can get the step. And I was lost, no, I was hiding. I was so divided. Chasing after wind, I couldn't hold to find it. Trying to get bigger bags, yeah. Trying to get what they have, yeah. Should've been holding back. Didn't know what I had. So let's celebrate, yeah, let's celebrate, yeah, yeah. We gon' levitate, there'll be better days, yeah, yeah. Let it resonate, throw the stress away, yeah, yeah. Don't waste another day, come on baby, let's wake up and celebrate, come on. Celebrate, yeah, celebrate more, ayy. 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 We gotta celebrate, cause like the year's over. We gonna do it cause my dog a year sober. I give online, don't judge me when I pass the church plate. All I want is the cake for my birthday. Yeah. Closing our houses and opening businesses. We went to college and finished it. Did a whole lot with a little bit. Yeah. If we take an L, then we elevate. Don't let your food get cold. Looking at somebody else's. So let's celebrate, yeah, let's celebrate, yeah, yeah. We gon' levitate, there'll be better days, yeah, yeah. Let it resonate, throw the stress away, yeah, yeah. Don't waste another day, come on baby, let's wake up and celebrate, come on. Tell me what it's all for. When you get what you want and you still want more. In the end, you know that life's the reward. So baby, worry less. And celebrate more. Celebrate, yeah, celebrate more, ayy. Celebrate, yeah, celebrate more, ayy. Celebrate, yeah, celebrate more, ayy. Celebrate, yeah, celebrate more, ayy.
Yo, pop it. There's arrows, just turn it.
Yo, this man doesn't know how to work a stick.
First of all, you're like 50 years old, Lecrae. Harvey, you're like 13. I'm not gonna take advice from either one of you. I'm a millennial. We invented the internet. Shut your mouth. Let me do what I do.
Yeah. I'm 13.
Yo, man, get in the gym, B.
Okay. If any of y'all give me any more crap about any of this, I'm telling you.
This show is brought to you by TRACKSTARZ. Allow us to produce a podcast to help build community engagement around your brand. We can record and edit a podcast specifically designed to reach your target market and utilize social media to create or enhance a loyal following. Go to trackstars.com/brands. Again, that's TRACKSTARZ with a Z.com/brands.
What's up? This is No Big Deal representing Middle Tennessee and Indie Tribe. You are now in the field with the TRACKSTARZ.
It's time for the Entertainment Report with Jeremiah.
Welcome to the Entertainment Report. We got it going down to see. All right, man. Some big news happened this week. Of course, some Indie Tribe news happened this week. Of course, Jerry Manna has stated that he is no longer with departed from Indie Tribe as well. But also, What Up RG? What Up RG? He announced his project New Hollywood will be dropping in September. Then he revealed that he's no longer with Indie Tribe Collective. The move has shocked many fans reaching so far. But from a business standpoint, people saying it makes sense. I guess, I don't know, even though Indie Tribe is not a label, of course, Indie Tribe is more of a collective and a kind of a group kind of get together situation. He said that he's not with them no more. So we don't know what's going on, man. But prayers up to What Up RG, man. Him and Jerry Mena, we do show much love to them. Christian filmmakers launch Called Higher Studios is making its debut amid the global coronavirus pandemic as the first film studio to give Christian fans a hand in making faith family movies that will spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. It was launched in Franklin, Tennessee by movie executive Jason Brown and Ash Grayson. The studio wishes to revolutionize Christian movie making by becoming the first fan-owned faith-based movie studio. The co-founders wish to honor God and serve others while making their content. Our goal is to give a voice to creators through a lens of faith. We're not just a studio or production company, we are a production community. I can't think of a better time to start a studio to share the gospel through media. If you look at the news for more than a few minutes, I believe it's easy to say that we need some hope in light of the world. So I guess their format is like, hey, we're going to bring in the people. I guess you give a donation. I mean, it really didn't sound how they were going to do it, but that you can add your 2 cents into a movie that's being made, man. So a Christian movie. So next topic, man. One of the topics that made us kind of sad this week in CHH, had a lot of good discussions about it. Lecrae hints of retirement. He was with Rapzilla and had a conversation with them, and he revealed that he's considering retiring from music after his upcoming album Restoration. He said, Restoration, I mean, honestly, everybody says it's the best album ever made, but this is for real, and might be it for me. I mean, I'll probably do some mixtapes, but I don't know if I'm making another full featured album. So it might be it. We'll see. That's kind of how I'm feeling. The rap veteran said his reason for considering retirement is because he wants to make room for more other younger artists coming up in the ranks. So yeah, man. Comment section sponsors Jay Righteous, Fave, Dej P, Where I Go Remix, Andrew Michael Medor, Split the Sky, Q Flow, Been Free. All right, man. Reach Records 2020 Summer Playlist, Legion in the Moment EP, Adriel Cruz, Alamo, Chris Cobbin, Sketchbook, Page 1, Because of the Summer, Aha Gazelle and Star Ringo Sessions. It's fire, man. That drink go hard. Christian Grey Closer single, Stephen Malcolm Frago remix single with Shaggy. Shout out to Stephen Malcolm for pulling that. Eilish and Avila, How You Feel single, J. Crumb Invisible single, and Molly Music Cry single. Ryan, what's good?
Man, just one Nectar artist releasing this week, man. Shout out to Jake Lowe. He released the intro, so make sure you go check that out. He released it on the 30th, man. Make sure you check that out, all right?
All right, so we got our first submission for Make Me a Hit. So this is the Make Me a Verse. All right, so if you're sensitive, I mean, I apologize, but this is the person's submission. So here we go.
Opportunists tell us that we the real kings and queens and we eat it up. We just wanna feel anything, cause acceptance feels like it's a real fickle dream. And I'm trying to stay loyal to the king, but it's hard cause my cards seem rigged just for me. I ain't got no big joker, I ain't counting no books. They cut me then treat me like a reading nigga for looks, but my redeemer lives. I hold that close to the heart. I realize it don't matter if you chosen or not. We get caught
caught up on the green, white, brown, and black. But the only color matters is red, and that's facts, yeah.
All right, that was CA3's submission for Make Me a Verse. It's on y'all now.
In there, huh?
Yeah. I mean, this it's a submission. That's what he did. I thought he did a great job. Do you have any problems with it?
One in there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, any problems?
Just his play on words. That's it.
He ain't like the ninja part.
Yeah, I gotta go clean that up.
Nah, he did a great job though.
Yeah,
It
man.
worked hard for me.
Yeah, man. So now it's on y'all. First person out the gate. I want to start seeing some submissions in. The first one's always hard to get because people are nervous. But go to trackstars.com/make me a hit, and you can download that beat that Mike Starge he won the first round, which was the Make Me a Beat. So make sure you hashtag Make Me a Hit Challenge, Make Me a Hit, Make Me a Verse, Trackstars, all that, so we can see it, and then you'll be considered as well. Yeah, we off to the races, guys.
Off to the races.
Yeah, man. All right, so let's do this. Let's get back into it. We'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Yo, you in the field with the track stars. Here's a segment from our interview with the comedian Kev on Stage and his wife, Mrs. Kev on Stage. To see the interview in its entirety, go to youtube.com/trackstars or go to trackstars.com. Let's go.
So, okay, help me out. You guys are building a brand. I see the work you guys put in. You're always online. You're always putting out content. We have a lot of people that follow our show that are trying to do the same thing, but they don't necessarily know how to brand themselves and get content out regularly, and they don't know their angle. Like, how are you guys building this empire, this on stage empire?
That was a good question.
I mean, I think the key for us is, and for anybody, is to be aggressively genuine.
Genuine.
Yeah, when you are who you
preach.
are, it's your point of view on the world, what you think about the world, how you experience the world, how you see it, and it's just regurgitating that. And I think, when you are who you are, it's easier to come up with things to create because you're not creating for a character.
Right.
Like in TV, they're like, okay, this character is Walter White, and this is what this character would do, and you're thinking about it like that. But when you I'd be saying crazy stuff before I had a podcast, before I did stand-up comedy. I was known for being like, man, that dude Kev be crazy, man. He said crazy stuff, but he's funny. So when I do it on the podcast, it's not me putting on a show or a personality. It's an extension of who I am, So, and of course, I'll heighten it up for laughs, but that really is who I am.
Yeah, got it. Is Instagram like your bread and butter? Is it Twitter? Like, where's your most natural venue?
Listen together. Yeah, honestly, Periscope probably is my most natural because laugh, joke, whatever. A lot of times, for a couple of years there, I was making long videos on Periscope, and then I would redo them shorter for Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So I feel like my natural inclination is to talk for a long time.
Gives you more freedom.
That's the churchy in him, though, too. Long-winded preaches and stuff.
Yeah.
So Instagram, what's it called? Live or whatever it is, the new thing where you can actually put full videos.
Oh, Kev loves that.
Yeah, IG Live is good too. I kind of developed a great audience on Periscope, and I feel like I don't have to spend a whole bunch of time blocking people being crazy or whatever on Periscope. It's like a community that it's like my friends. So that's probably the most natural I am. But I use all the websites. Because you just never know. You can't control any of them. So I try to be as versatile as I can on all the main ones.
Yo, you're in the field with the track stars. Now here's a segment from my interview with UK rapper SO. To see the interview in its entirety, go to youtube.com/trackstars or go to trackstars.com. Let's go.
But you want to create music, because I think for the longest time, right, Christian hip hop has been like, we want to create music that's on par with mainstream hip hop. And I think we've done that.
Yeah.
But now, can we create visuals that's on par with mainstream hip hop? Not in the sense that we want to challenge them. It's like, no, we just want to create visuals that we're proud of. Yeah. That we can feel like, this can be played anywhere.
Yeah.
This is good art. And so, like, as somebody who, again, like Joshua Wan, who is the owner, but also like a director of the majority of my videos, him and I partnered on goals. And it was his idea to be like, yo, why don't we do this or we do that? And so sometimes I just, like me as the artist, I just want to give them free reign to be like, yo, this is my idea. This is what I have. Can you run with it? Can you run with it and then see what comes of it? And so Goals, we were just trying to be like, yo, I had the idea of doing like being puppets, like, and that being the whole video, like us being puppets. And then Josh was like, I don't know if we can afford that. Maybe we, maybe we could do this. Yeah. I said, that's perfect. Run it. You know what I'm saying? And so we were able to do that. You know what I mean?
That's so how is it like, man, like using like how do you get the response from people who may see these videos and be like, this is beautiful and like this is amazing, and then on the other side is people are like, well, is he more Afrocentric than he's Christian? Or do you ever feel those type of response too?
Yeah, I do, but you know, it's like I'm black, I'm Nigerian.
Yeah,
you know, like it's going to come out. It's going to come out. Even if we read the text, we see Paul's Judaic culture coming out of him, right? Like he's talking a lot about like his, I was a this of this, I was a that of that. Like he's not saying that's not important to him. That's just not his primary identity. You know? So like being a Nigerian is not my primary identity. Being a child of God is, but it doesn't mean that I get to shy away from like those Afrocentric. And the truth of the matter is, I just want to bring that to the forefront.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because of a misrepresentation.
Cause you're my final breath before I drown. I'm drowning, lost in this world with these waves all around me. Deep in the darkness where it's heartless. I don't know if I can make it, I'll be honest. And I'm faded, trapped and I feel like it ain't no escaping. Down to the bottom, all these problems got me drinking. Might drown in this bottle, all this drama got me thinking. If I had one call, would you answer it? Or would you take back all of your promises? Cause I don't know who to turn to or who to trust. I don't know who to turn to or who to trust. So tell me that you never let me down. Cause you're my final breath before I drown. You're my last resort when it's too late. Who takes my pain away? So tell me that you never let me down.
Hey, yo, what's going on? It's your man, Ryan Righteous of the TRACKSTARZ, man. I want to tell you about an awesome feature called the Music Submissions. You know how they say nothing's ever free? Well, that's a myth with TRACKSTARZ. Send us your music. We'll add it to SoundCloud for free. There's also an opportunity for you to be able to get your song aired on the radio. For more information, email us at contactus@trackstars.com.
You are listening to the TRACKSTARZ with Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, and DJ Jeremiah.
Right now, you're in the field with the TRACKSTARZ.
TRACKSTARZ.
Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, and DJ Jeremiah.
Right now, you listen to the TRACKSTARZ.
You know what time it is.
Good, it's your boy Navigate, you TRACKSTARZ music artist, and you are in the field with the family TRACKSTARZ Radio.
What's going on, TRACKSTARZ universe? This is Sean David Grant, aka Sean Tanner with the TRACKSTARZ. I just want to welcome you to the podcast, let you know about everything we got going on. Make sure you go to trackstars.com to find out the latest in the TRACKSTARZ universe. And also, please do us a big favor. Go to twitter.com/TRACKSTARZ and follow us. Go to facebook.com/TRACKSTARZ and like us. Go to youtube.com/TheFieldTRACKSTARZ and subscribe to us. Do the same thing on SoundCloud at TRACKSTARZ Universe. Everywhere you see TRACKSTARZ, follow us, because you have no idea how much that helps us. Do that right now. Pause the podcast, whatever you got to do. All right, now come back and listen to the show. Let's go.
What's good, people? It's your boy, DJ Haddon. I want to give a shout out to TRACKSTARZ Live. Keep it locked, y'all. It's going down right here, right now. You heard it from your boy, D. Hattie.
Yeah, back in the field with the TRACKSTARZ, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, for all things music distribution, make sure you go to nectardistro.com. You have an opportunity to get your music out to over hundreds and hundreds of digital outlets so that you can have your music represented in the marketplace, all right? Joining us in the building, we got a special guest, special guest, because they are part of the family TRACKSTARZ. Make some noise, you guys. Welcome Bri Smilez to the chat. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Good to see you.
Good to see y'all too.
It's been a minute since we saw you. The last time we caught up with you, it was for Better Days.
That's right.
Right? You had your starring role.
Yeah.
Next to some really big names in Hollywood. And now you are doing music and you just released your first single. Talk about that. Doves and Crows, talk about it.
So Doves and Crows, I'm super excited about it. We've been sitting on it for a minute, just waiting on the Lord to say go and press play on it. So finally it got dropped. But Doves and Crows, in the times that we're in right now, I've noticed that the world has been very deliberate about muting our conviction, or desensitizing our conviction. And our conviction is our navigational device that God inscribed inside of our spirit. So without that conviction and without the voice of conviction to guide and provide, then that's how we end up lost as a society. So Doves and Crows is a declaration to everyone to provoke and challenge the spirit of, hey baby, where's your spirit going? Where's your soul going after this lifetime? Because my word says that, this life is a mere vapor. There is an eternity after this lifetime. So where are you going? Where are we going? Because there's souls dying right now. You know what I'm saying? So it challenges the spirit to ask that question. So Doves and Crows at the crossroads is, where's your soul going to lie in the eternal?
Yeah, that's good. That's very
It
good.
is, that
Yeah,
is.
especially in this time frame to hear that from an artist is like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're about some business here.
Oh yeah, we come with messages, man.
Yeah.
In the forms of
Deep
swords.
theology. Yeah, deep theology.
Talk to somebody who don't know who Bri Smilez is. Let them know who you are.
Bri Smilez, I mean, to sum it all up, is a messenger. And the Lord has equipped me with music as one of my tools of warfare. You know, I started out, I went to school for music business in LA. So I lived in LA for 6 years. And the Lord gave me some insight. I always like to say that he actually like allowed me to be a spy in the enemy's camp for a little bit. So I got to see what the industry looked like from the inside. And I always thought, you know, I wanted to be a part of the music industry until I was in the music industry. And I was like, this ain't for me, you know, in the worldly sector. You know, I had enough God in me to know that there was something off and something very evil there. So the Lord provoked me and he was like, you know, as much as it's used for evil, you know, I want you to use it for good. You know, music can be used for medicinal purposes or it can be used as the disease. So what are you going to use it for? Because I made you a weapon and music is one of your skills. So I started to make music only for the Lord. I made a vow to him and committed that I was going to use the message that he gave to me in the form of music to reach people. Music is a powerful language and it's a powerful tool and it speaks directly to our souls. It's a universal language, you know what I mean? And my demographic of these kids, Bri Smilez has a heart for this generation. I see the the agenda that is used against our kids and our babies. And Bri Smilez is grieved to the core on how they are targeted. And more than that, you know, the examples that our young girls have, I'm grieved by it. And so the Lord, you know, the things that sadden you or the things that anger you is typically you have been created to solve that problem. God has given you a passion, given you a zeal, and giving you an anger, a righteous anger for those things because you're supposed to be a part of the solution. Yeah. If you see that there's a problem, you're supposed to be a part of the solution. So my whole brand is centered around, you know, representing the Father as in an excellent light as much as I possibly can. You know, I refine myself daily just to make sure that I'm representing him and being a reflection of him, especially in this age, and making sure that I am aligned to hear a word from him and a message to give to these young people, to everybody, but specifically a message to give to these young people, you know, about his transformative work, because he did it for me. And if he can do it for me, if he can transform this young wretch right here, he can do it for anybody. You feel me? And I'm not afraid to say that because it's reality. You know what I mean? Like, as much as we try to, you know, perfect the image, that's not reality. You know, there's a very real there's a reality that lives inside of everybody. And if we keep on trying to fantasize the external, we dismiss the reality of the internal. You know what I mean? So I'm very transparent about my struggles. I'm very transparent about how God can start a revolution within anybody. And so that's who Bri Smilez is, man.
So another question I have for you is, do you feel like you talked about the youth and influencing the youth and everything of that nature? Do you feel like what's going on, because it's a reemergence of female rap in the rap game right now? How is it important as a femc? I saw your bio, you said femc. Like, how is it important for you to speak out on godly things and kind of a pushback to what is going out in the mainstream right now?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you look at the charts right now, like femcs are dominating the billboards, but the message that they're saying is a very over-sexualized, women are only worth the value of their external and their bodies. And, you know, to say that a woman is summed up just by her body is so dismissive to the power of the feminine energy, the feminine presence. you know, and like, where are the Deborahs? Like, I studied the women in the Bible, and you know, we talk about the Davids, and we talk about the Pauls, and we talk about, you know, and these are all great men and great prophets, but I've also studied Deborah. You know, Deborah was a prophetess. She was a warrior. She led armies. She was a prophet. She was a psalmist. She was a mom. She was so many things. And she led wars. She led wars of victory to glorify the King. And I want to bring back that Deborah anointing, that look, you can be powerful. You can love God. You can be, and you can have fashion sense. You can, you know, you can be cute, you can be corporate, you can be creative, you can be, you know why you can be those things? Because God designed you to be those things.
Yeah.
You don't have to dilute your personality. God created that personality.
Yeah.
So my thing is that, you know, I get a lot of pushback because people have never seen like a believer like me before, and that's good. And they never really seen a woman of God, you know, like, and so I get a lot of pushback, and people don't understand it, you know, because we've seen a certain flavor of a woman believer, and we think that everything has to fit that mold.
Yeah.
You know, and it's very disenchanting for this young generation. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so wait, I gotta do this and this and this. I'm like, no, you own who you are because God made you that way. You know what I mean? You do it in a classy fashion. You know, you do it in a respectable fashion, but you honor the Father with how he's created you to be. When you own yourself, you own and embrace the masterpiece that God has created you to be, that's how you rise up to your full and true self, you know, your full potential.
Hey Bri, good to see you again. Can you talk a little bit about this video? We got to see a very, very tiny piece of the process, and it came out super dope. So talk about what all went into this video.
Yeah. So okay, so I partnered with Red Gorilla Music, the label, and then they partnered with RMG Amplify for distribution, and it was the dream team. You know, Red Gorilla Music, they do everything in excellence. You know, and it was kind of just a match made in heaven, because I told God, you know, before I even got into this, like I need the quality to reflect kingdom. So they're all about kingdom quality. We filmed this in Atlanta. Part of it in Atlanta, and that's when y'all came out to the video shoot. You got to see it a little bit. You got to be in there, and then we also filmed in LA at Popsicle Studios in LA, which they actually filmed. Not a lot of people know this, but they filmed Dark Knight there.
Oh,
like,
wow!
The Dark Knight there.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
The panels and stuff like that. That was filmed at Popsicle Studios in LA.
Wow.
So. Yeah, Ryan Lamar, he was executive producer on it. Maji, he produced it. Jack Red, he mixed and mastered it. Junior, Donnie in LA from ES Audio, like the whole team came out. Like, it was a dream team, man. I couldn't have hand selected a better team, but it was God's choice, you know, because all of these people that I named, they are very kingdom minded, all of them. You know, and so when we got together, we all spoke the same language. We were all like, we want to glorify God. That was our heart, all of us. And we're not going to put out content that doesn't glorify God. So when we got together, that's what created Dozen Crows. That energy of excellence is what created Dozen Crows. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But listen, I know you had a lot of fun with this and you worked very hard on it too, because when I'm at video shoots, I usually have like a 2-hour window before I'm like, okay, I don't know what else to do here, you know? So we had a lot of fun being there with you and seeing this process take form. And it's just so great to see it out and to see how amazing it came out. It turned out great. And then also just the work that you're doing behind the scenes, you know, as a believer and encouraging people. And I look at your Facebook page and your Instagram, and you're full of inspiration, you're full of life, and you're always bringing people up. And it's amazing to see that happening in this genre. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, and your music is strong, and what you're about is even stronger. So that's something that this industry needs, and people need that type of. We need that time right now. I mean, if you're looking at what's going on in the world, we need people that say, "Hey, I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm not waving no white flag. I'm standing for the Lord, and this is what I'm about." And that's
what it is. It's because I can't. And I'm gonna make this very clear. I can't be bought.
Yes.
There
you go.
I can't be bought. And it reminds me of when the enemy, he took Jesus in his most vulnerable time when he was in the desert, and he took him to the high places, and he showed him all these kingdoms in the world, which is very different than the earth, right? And he took him to all these kingdoms in the world, and he was like, if you bow down, I'm going to give you all this riches and fame and everything. And Jesus was, he was like, how you going to give me something I already own? You feel me? Like, I own all this.
Yeah.
And when you are a child of the king, you realize that you have been given the same authority, that there's nothing that this world has to offer you that God hasn't already given to you.
Yeah.
So this time around, it's a very hopeless. There's not a lot of hope in this hour.
Yeah.
But God is still in control.
Yeah.
And it's the brightest. It's the darkest before dawn, and light's gonna make a comeback like no other. That's why it's very important that we fixate our light to be the brightest it can shine during this time, because kingdom come that will be done is still going to happen before anything.
Yeah.
We can't forget that part.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. One of my last questions is, and this is for all artists, how do you, like you talked earlier about being in the mainstream and seeing that world and like, I don't want to be a part of that. What do you have for people who are Christian believers that's saying like, yo, I want to go into the mainstream. I want to I want a deal in the mainstream. Tell them something that they don't think they know about, that they don't know what they're getting into.
So I would first tell them, I would always say, what is your why? Why?
Yeah.
Because God always examines motive on everything, and motive always measures the man.
Yeah.
So if your intention and your motive is pure because you think that you want to reach, a wider audience or whatever, like you have to examine the motive of why you're doing it. And if the world, because I'm going to tell you, the world will not, I'm going to be very, very strategic when I say this. There's a difference between world systems and earth systems. World systems are man-made structures. Earth is organically made by God. You feel me? So if you want to put it into terms that we all understand, world, like you could say world is like the matrix, right? The world has created a system that if you go through the filter of the world, they strip you of reflecting God. There is something in a contract that is literally called, and I've studied contracts. I went to school for music business. When you sign a deal, it's called name and likeness. It's in the contract, and you sign it over to them.
Oh, wow.
And now they have, people always say, oh, you sell your soul to the devil, you sell your soul. Yeah, whatever. But I mean, your soul isn't yours to sell. Ultimately, God has to say. But what you can sell, what's equally as powerful and important, is your image. You can sell that.
Wow.
That has a price tag on it. So once you sign that name and likeness clause, you give them full access to create your identity to the masses. And guess what? They ain't gonna make you reflect the image of God. They gonna make you reflect the image that they've created for you.
Wow.
It was then that I decided that I'm not gonna sell out. I'm sold out, but I'm not a sellout.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because my image is going to reflect the King, and nobody is ever going to tell me otherwise. Not no system, not no label, not no nothing. I answer to him. I don't answer to man-made systems. So I would tell those people, you know, I'm nobody to judge anybody's choices or decisions, because ultimately, you know, their choices and decisions are going to be held accountable to their ultimate judge. I'm not a judge, and I don't want to be. But I would say, you know, examine your motive of why you want to do it. And if it honors the Father, and if he's told you to do it, move in that direction. If he hasn't, and there's selfish motives and selfish gain, we already know what God says about that. So only you can answer that with the Father.
Wow. Bri, I told you when I met you, your music is gonna get you in the door. When people hear you speak, they're gonna be blown away. You got a powerful voice, and I can't wait till people get to know you better and hear you speak more, because you have a lot of awesome things to say that people need to hear.
Thank you.
And so the last thing from me, Bri, you talked about working with the Dream Team on your project. Who's on the wish list of artists that you say, you know what, on this album, I got to collaborate with this person. I would love to collaborate with that person, this producer. Who's on that list? Every artist has one.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, I gotta say this first. You know, okay. Always and forever and forever and forever. My inspiration since I was a little girl has always been Lauryn Hill. And when I know that I've made it, it's when I've done something with the Queen. Okay. And whatever, but she's always been number one. But I mean, I would love to work with, gosh, I mean, I want to do, of course, I want to do a song with my brother Cannon. Of course, I think that's gonna be, and you know, he's always been a supporter of Bri Smilez. Even before anybody ever knew me. So the whole RMG camp, the whole lineup on RMG, you know, Derek Minor is amazing. I think he's incredible. You know, I did a song with Eshawn Burgundy and Jared Sanders on Brian Lamar's album, and they're two lyrical assassins. I got some things coming out, right? I'm filming for 3 music videos in the last 2 days, okay? Your girl out here working. I might be on lockdown in Cali.
Yeah, that's creativity.
You feel me? And I can't say too much about it, but I'm doing a song with, oh my gosh, he is one of the most dopest. I call him the GOAT, and he knows what I'm talking about. He's probably watching right now because he's amazing, but that's my bro. And that's coming out soon. I'm doing a song with him, and he's on my wish list. And so I get to check that one off. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I mean, I would love to do a song. I would love to do a female anthem with Wande and AI.
Oh, snap.
That would be dope. That would be dope.
They're amazing.
That would be.
They're amazing.
That'd be dope.
You feel me? AI is one day. You know what I mean? They're amazing. I respect them so much. They are incredible, and they demonstrate the Father. You know, and I can tell they are the words.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do a song with nobody I don't think is aligned this way. I don't care who the name is.
Yeah,
you feel me? I don't rock that way. So yeah, man, that would be amazing. I want to link up with other Queendom-minded people, Queendom-minded MCs.
Queendom, okay.
I like that. Right, Queendom. Yeah. You need to trademark that. Trademark that. Oh, seriously, I've never heard nobody say that. Yeah, trademark
I haven't
that.
either. I'm blown away right now.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's amazing.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So tell them how to find you, because people asking like, who's this? So tell them how to find you and follow you.
You can find me on Instagram. Connect with me there. You can find me at Bri. So that's BRI_Smilez, SMILEZ_. You can find me on Facebook, Bri Smilez. Doves and Crows just dropped. You can find that on the RMG YouTube. And links to all of that is on my Instagram.
Awesome.
So. Awesome. Thank you again for coming and hanging out with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
I just want you guys, I love you guys, because even before Bri Smilez, you know, anything, you guys have been supporting like even way before. Ryan, I met you on the Christian hip hop cruise to the Bahamas. And I knew that, you know, you had the anointing on you, you're anointed. And so when you introduced me to the, you know, the whole crew or whatever, you guys have shown nothing but love and support since day one. And I will never ever forget that. It really means a lot to me. And bless you guys. And I'm a full supporter of everything that you guys do. Thank you guys for being in the kingdom business, for real.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, somebody snip that and send it to me, please. Thank you. Thank you, Bri.
Yeah. Y'all are family, for real.
All right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
All right, man, this is DJ Jeremiah, the Track Stars. You know what you can do for us? You can go to iTunes right now and subscribe to our podcast. We need you like never before to subscribe to the podcast. While you there, give us a nice review. Give us a 5-star rating. Help us out. Tell other people to go do the exact same thing. This is DJ Jeremiah, the Track Stars. Thank you for doing that. Back to the show.
How expensive all these pots are, like, and they're like heaven. Like, you could do so much. So to be here to shoot this, and so we're about to get it in. You guys, it is brick. The forecast is brick. It's so cold, and I just don't appreciate it. New York, Detroit is so cold in the D. It's not supposed to be so cold in New York. Let's get it together. Come on now, let's do better. New York, let's do better. What's really good with the weather? I don't know.
Wanna feel it before I hear it, touch it before I see it. Told me that I could be it, I believe it since a fetus. Before Michael Jackson beat it with memorize and repeat it. Press rewind on cassettes, couldn't just delete it. It was a different era back then, back when I was learning to add and subtract on my fraction. Half of what it used to be, but I'm still attracted to the boom bap, the way the bass slaps. Before tracks met track when it was 8-track. It was my mama's music, I was toothless, used to think that it was useless. Now I use it to groove with, to move with, the ebb and flow, the stop and go, a living life and its movements. Soul music, soundtrack to the power movement. Black that is, let's factor in where it is we end. That's where God begins. Let's bring it back, let's bring it back, gotta bring it back. Oh, so resurrected, then perfected, liquefied, then injected in the hearts of the people when they least expect it. Give them that sugar water, give them that sugar water. Resurrected, then perfected, liquefied, then injected in the hearts of the people when they least expect it. Give them that sugar water, they need that sugar water. Community and culture, my Sankofa. When I used to love this and post up all the posters, before all the poses, when this was like Folgers. The best part of waking up, let's wake up. This is a shakedown, it's time to take up the grammar. This is my arm and hammer, time to rebuild and reset the standard. You thinking it's shoots and ladders, but these are serious matters. Couldn't say you was the greatest, you had to defend the title. Bring back vinyl, bring back Richie, not Nicole but Lionel. When being original was vital for survival, when having a rival wasn't about the image, wasn't about record sales, wasn't about the gimmicks. We was in it to win it, and to win it didn't mean that we had to mimic. Who was high for a minute, cool down by their second round, careers was finished. Then they shine diminished, they just wanna hit it. Ain't nobody committed to making classics. You can feel the difference. We need soul, we need soul. Resurrected, then perfected, liquefied, then injected in the hearts of the people when they least expect it. Give them that sugar water, give them that sugar water. Resurrected, then perfected, liquefied, then injected in the hearts of the people when they least expect it. Give them that sugar water, they need that sugar water. Resurrected, then perfected. Liquefied, then injected. In the hearts of the people when they least expect it. Give them that sugar water, give them that sugar water. Resurrected, then perfected. Liquefied, then injected. In the hearts of the people when they least expect it. Give them that sugar water, they need that sugar water.
Yo, what's going on, TRACKSTARZ universe? It's your man, Ryan Righteous. I need you to do me a huge, huge favor. I need you to pull out that resource you have, your iPhone, your Android, and I need you to download the TRACKSTARZ app today. Make sure you go to the iOS store on Apple or Google Play for Android. Download our app. There's so many great things you can do on it. You can listen to music. You can listen to the podcast. You can find out new information about TRACKSTARZ. You can get merch. You can get that TRACKSTARZ t-shirt you always been wanting to get. So make sure you go and download our app today, all right?
Hey guys, this is Miracle from TRACKSTARZ. I wanted to make sure you all know all about the official TRACKSTARZ universe. If you'd like a free TRACKSTARZ t-shirt, free merch, discounts, exclusive content, and direct access to your favorite radio hosts, then this is for you. Make sure to check out trackstarz.com/official. Again, that's trackstarz.com/official.
You're in the field with the TRACKSTARZ, running with the TRACKSTARZ. Tracking with the TRACKSTARZ in the TRACKSTARZ universe. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Stay on track with us.
Y'all know what time it is. Ryan Righteous, DJ Jeremiah, Sean Tanner.
Tuned in and locked. TRACKSTARZ. We beating on your block. TRACKSTARZ. Yeah. I'm repping the most high king like mama I made it. TRACKSTARZ bringing the real, you love it to hate it. Line for line with the kingdom, the second to fade it.
What's happening? What's happening? This your man Brinson, God Chasers Entertainment. Buckle your seatbelts for line. Vote Christian though. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the field with the TRACKSTARZ, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, for all things TRACKSTARZ, make sure you go to trackstarzwithaz.com. Follow us on Instagram, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Know that we are also a 2-hour podcast. You can go to iTunes. You can leave us a review. You can download the app and support us that way too. All right?
All right, man. This is honestly a line for line that we could have done before, man. I got known about this artist. People was like, hey, Jeremiah, I was online and they said, Jeremiah, man, you need to do a line for line with these people. So I was like, okay, cool. So what I did was I checked out the Christian artist, and he is amazing, man. People was highly recommending him. His name is Coop, and this is his recent project that we're gonna do music off of versus Logic, who said he's done with music, and this is his final project. So, with that being said, let's get down to business. All right, the views and opinions of the TRACKSTARZ and the TRACKSTARZ universe are not the views and opinions of the artists, the label, producer, or others. If you feel offended about this, please press stop now. If you've never heard of the mainstream artists and thinking about checking them out, please press stop right now. We try not to do the same artists over and over. If you're a person who only listens to Christian artists, this ain't your cup of tea. We understand, man. We got noteworthy topic interviews you can check out. We're not copying any battle format. We've been doing this since 2000. Coop is not the Christian version of anybody. It's just a bit. All right. So here we go. We're going to start off with Coop first. This is called Walk Alone. Let's go.
Pillar of salt to see in the flame when the night is hit us. Possibly the journey could kill me, but tell me what could you offer me? My life is an offering, I'ma give it. I'm dropping heat independent, which label want it? I am an exile, you can't put a label on it. Living in exile, so tell me which label want it? We just some exiles, you can't
All right, that was Coop, Walk Alone. This is Logic, Hit My Line. Let's go.
Saying it's my Jesus walks. I'm just saying, God, I need to talk. Too many kids in the community outlining chalk. Scared of drive-bys when they should just be scared of the dark. Who's really doing their part? They say they don't want messages and rap. It ruins the art. Well, here I am, people. Yeah, now tear me apart. So much happening in the world, I can't touch on every topic. I know you hear it in my voice. Make the devil stop it. Too many people dying and baby mama's crying. It's been a long time. God, can you hit my line?
All right, that was Logic, Hit My Line. Coop, Walk Alone. Who y'all going with?
Ryan.
I'm gonna go Logic on that one.
Okay. Bri.
I got Logic on that one too.
All right, I'm gonna go against y'all. I got Coop on that. I like the Coop one a little bit better. Logic's was clean, but I like the Coop feel better. What you got, Jeremiah?
Oh, this is a hard one. I am gonna go with Coop, Walk Alone.
Oh, so it's up to y'all guys. What y'all got? Online, what y'all got is going back and forth. I see Coop, I see Logic, Coop, Logic, Luke, Logic, Coop, Logic. All right.
That's a hard one, man. They were both dope.
Yeah, they're both high quality. So, Damo, call it. What you got? Coop online.
Coop
Coop got one.
Coop, there it is. All right. All right, so it is. Coop got the first one. Round one goes to Coop. All right, so we're going to start off second round with Logic, Dad Bod. Here we go.
I vibrated while they waited. Will they love it? Will they hate it? Who gives a though? Rappers praying they next. This shit is cutthroat. I'm living on another planet. My manic depression make me constantly want to panic. I'm stressing on stage, pretending everybody undressing. I think I'll never learn my lesson. Hey yo, I'm on a lyrical, poetic, rhetoric, lyrical, miracle, satirical shit. If you don't like my conscious rap, you won't like my material shit. Love 'em or hate 'em, everybody know Logic is spit. Used to be up to date on that rap political shit, but nowadays I'm up to my elbows in every single inch of my body.
All right, that was Dad Bod by Logic. This is Coop, Intro to Exile.
Got it in park like Jurassic, but my challenge is next. So as I walk through this valley filled with shadows and death, I walk to the land that was promised to me. I may be lost as a man, but my spirit is free. Welcome to exile. We're the ones they left out. So walk with your chest out and never put your head down, and walk to the land that Yahweh promised to you. Never let a man kill your dreams. Follow the truth as I rally the troops. This is for my little brothers who've been looking up to me ever since childhood youth. This the album I envisioned.
All right, that was Coop, Intro to Exile, Dad Bod, Logic. Who y'all going with?
Man, Coop got it easy on that one. That was, whew, that was tough.
Cool. All right, Bri, what you got?
Yo, Coop, I'm looking you up right after this interview, yo. Right after that song. That was amazing. Coop, you got that one for sure.
That's dope.
Yeah, I've never heard of Coop, but he's killing it so far. I got Coop on that. What you got, Jeremiah?
I'm going with Dad Bod. I like that song.
All right.
All right, so it's 3-1. I guess it doesn't really matter. The Coop kind of killing it anyway. Wow.
Yeah, Coop got it online.
Coop, I think Coop got it online. Damo, you supposed to be keeping score. How you gonna say I'm looking them up now? What you doing? All right. All right, here we go. It's 2-0 Coop. It's getting good. All right, we're gonna start off with Coop right here. It's called Kid in Exile. Here we go.
With the infidels in the cells where the sinners dwell. That's how I really felt. Till they put me on the right path. Help bypass my past, let it go. At first all I did was fight back. Now I know that this was never really my show. And every time I rode around talking all about my goals, he was just preparing me for my road. It's a hard path, I might lose my soul. On the wrong track, better fall back. I know that. Without you in my life, I just fall flat. Man, I don't like to admit it, but it's only through your blood that my soul is acquitted. Otherwise, man, I know I'd be.
All right, that was Coop with Kid in Exile. This is Logic with Dark Place. Here we go.
Rich enough, not poor enough. My heart is poured enough. I've been beaten and battered. My confidence shattered, been broken and tattered. I'm constantly second guessing if my profession is worth it on my mental state. Writing is from a dark place with humility and grace. Peace, love, and positivity was my nativity. But now when socials are in my vicinity, I'm not running from the internet. My God, I was at his birth, I've been a vet. Going berserk like Peter down the Intertech. Yo, hey, it's deeper than the surface, I'm searching.
All right, that was Logic with Dark Places, I think it is, and Kid in Exile by Coop. Who y'all going with?
I think I'm gonna toss right here.
Oh, all right, Bri, what you got?
Their sounds are on that song. It sounded very similar. But I'm gonna go with Coop.
Okay. I'm gonna go Logic. Liked it a little bit better, but they're close. What you got, Jeremiah?
I'm gonna go with Logic too.
It's what?
2-1 right now.
Here. So it's y'all. They could tie it. What y'all got?
See what's going on online. There's a lot of Coops too. So a few Logics.
There's 2 flies flying around me that are getting it on. they're connected, and I'm like, oh, I get it.
Mating season.
All right. So what is it? What y'all got?
What we doing? What we doing? Hey, what we
y'all
doing?
got? What y'all got? Coop online.
Coop online. Wow.
So what was
tied
it?
it up.
That tied it up? Wow, that's a toss round. Okay.
Toss round.
Wow.
Coop is holding his own, man. Okay.
Hey, Coop.
I see you, sir.
Mr. Cooper.
Mr. Cooper. That's funny. It's gonna go over their heads, but that's
hanging
funny.
in
All
there.
Right. All right, here we go. This is round 4. We're gonna start off with Logic this time. This is called Soul Food 2. Here we go.
Go.
Industry rule number 4081. Your new shit ain't good as your old shit. See your new shit is your old shit. Son and this son. Let me get some. I wear this 24 karat solid gold rolling for my son as an heirloom. Not the looking dope as I rhyme. As a representation to give your family your time. If you're searching for love in the industry, you'll be let down. They don't love you till you dead and then they call you profound. No matter how mainstream you was in the end, you still underground. That's the truth. Feeling close to the cliff like Rick Dalton in the booth.
All right, that was Soul Food 2 by Logic. This is Coop. Look up outro. Here we go.
I've been devoted. I don't have time for drama. I bottle emotions. Will I be lonely? Maybe, but I'll be the coldest. Social depravity, that's the price of a poet. I'll probably make a few million and give $1 million away. Keep enough to pay for college for my children. Pray the Father doesn't let me fall. I know I will. Step in my shoes. I got some nice Nikes to fill. My homie calls on me. Don't let people pick on my age. They rather see me play.
All right, that was Coop with Look Up Outro versus Soul Food 2 by Logic. Who y'all going with?
I'm gonna go with Coop on that one because I like the versatility of going back and forth on his verse. So I thought that was really cool. Kind of like expressed who he wanted to be and had fun with the track. So I'm gonna go Coop on that.
Bri.
I'm gonna go Logic, but Coop, you gained a fan in me. Like I'm gonna look you up right after this, man. You are fired.
I got Coop on that one. I love the feel of that. Logic's was cool too, but Coop gave me a little bit extra on it. What you got, Jeremiah?
I'm gonna do Logic. I like the vibe with Logic a little bit more. So it's 2-2. So we gotta work for
y'all. Oh. Up to y'all today.
Logic online.
Wow.
It's
a tight one. This is tight.
It's 2-1 right now. We're gonna go on round 5. All right, we're gonna start off with Coop this time. It's called Giants. Here we go.
Better probably be at it forever. Never been average ever. You so clever, trying to distract my efforts. Girl, you always had an agenda. Savage as ever, even way back in elementary. That was a setup. Feeling like Martin. You know how I talk to the people. Girl, you as bad as Coretta. You back and you better. How many times have I read that in your letters? Me and you, we can make classics. Put you in a song. If I'm not wrong, we can go platinum together. You give me anxiety. Text, you don't reply to me. Playing with my mind.
All right, that was Coop with Giants. This is Logic with Man I Is.
I said I'm happy the man I is, and I'm proud of the man I've become. I'm proud that I'm from a slum and never got cold, I never got numb, except for the winter time and then some. I transcend and I transform, poetic vision in rare form. Growing up, nobody there for him. I promise when I have a family, I'ma be there for him. I love hip-hop, hate a motherfucker gon' kick rock. No matter what happens, I'm never gon' stop. Like Cole said, if they don't know your dreams, then they can't shoot them down. But I'ma let the world know, cause I'm too high up to hit the ground. This shit right here is like therapy, spit it airily.
All right, that was Man I Is versus Logic versus Coop Giants. Who y'all got?
This is a good one, Jay. What you got, Ryan?
You can see in my face when I cast my vote, like my eyes, like, oh, that's it right there. So, I mean, I'm gonna go Logic on this one because there was just a point in that song that really grabbed me.
All right, what you got, Bri?
It's a wash for me. They both did it on both those tracks.
I agree. I loved Coop's track, and I thought he was gonna get it, but Logic came. That's my feel right there. That's the Logic I like. So I got to toss Jeremiah.
You know what? I'm gonna let them decide. Giants. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna let them decide.
All right, it's up to y'all guys. What you got?
It's really up to them. We got a lot of
What
toss
you got?
online.
Y'all got to self-regulate. Y'all only get one toss too. Okay, I need y'all to self-regulate. We can't watch all of you, so just be honest.
Yeah.
Logic online.
Logic online. Oh wow.
Hey.
2-2. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
2-2. Round 6.
I didn't use my
right I didn't use my toss-up yet, and y'all did. All right, so here we go. All right, here we go. This is round 6. Who y'all want to start off first? Y'all want Logic or Coop?
Coop.
All right, here go Coop. King. Here we go.
Started as an heir to the king, a young and far from humble. Tell me what does character mean? I found a way to take my mask off and share in this grief. Let my people live through me vicariously and live it up. We marching, I no giving up. My circle small, all 10 of us. My city sifting in sin. I turn that around like Nineveh. All around me, they screaming. They thought I was the king, but we gon' bow when we see them till that season. Look at my neck, look at my wrist. All this ice, I'm on freeze. Tell them I feel like a king when I came up on the scene. Look at my neck.
All right, that was Coop. King. This is Logic. Perfect. Here we go.
To get it through your head, you won't never get no handout. With your work to be like throwing a band out. My flow increase, my dough increase. You know I leave from all the seats. I am a full beast. I'm from the east. I keep the peace. Don't need a piece, but I keep a beat. Gotta compete. That boy gon' eat. This is a feast. Once I release, I'm smoking trees. I found my shit. I don't need no leads. So keep you up like Master P. This shit right here a masterpiece. I'm coming in hot like the police. Shooting my shot like the police. All on the block like the policeman. Who gon' stop the police?
All right, that was Logic. Perfect. Versus Coop King. Who y'all going with?
Ryan.
Ooh, that is so hard. That is so hard. That is so hard. I really like the Logic beat, so I might have to go Logic on that. God,
you
that was
disappointed
tough.
me, bro.
That
Bri,
was tough, man.
what you got?
That was tough.
You got Bri?
Cool. I heard that reference of Nineveh.
Yeah.
He's fired. Cool for me.
Okay, let me tell y'all what I'm hearing. What I love about Coop is, number one, he has a command over his flow. I don't feel nervous that he's gonna throw me off with his flow pattern. So I'm solid on his flow pattern. But not just his flow pattern, but he chooses clever words. It's unexpected stuff. And whenever I hear something, I'm like, oh snap, that was interesting. A lot of rappers, when I hear them, I'm like, okay, I could have predicted you. You know, when you see like a cipher and everybody's standing around and everybody else is saying the words with him because it's so predictable. I think he says stuff that I'm like, oh snap, that was clever. So the flow pattern is to me top notch. I think his word choice is top notch. And the difference between those two to me was his flow pattern. That Nineveh, that little hitch he put in that when the beat dropped, that was, to me, that won. So that's cool for me. What you got, Jeremiah?
Dang. I'm gonna use my toss.
You got a toss on that?
Yeah, but they already voted online, so
Coop
is the winner.
Congratulations.
What's up?
3-2.
I honestly don't know anything about Coop. That was my first time hearing Coop ever.
Yeah,
I got a text that he's in his prime, and he's only 18 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. Shout out to the 520 Collective. They ranked him the 2019 Rookie of the Year.
Wow.
He's out of Oklahoma, and he's being mentored by like Dylan Chase, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Dylan Chase is a beast.
And he was like, man, when I texted him because I asked him about using his top 3 songs, and I said, yo, man, what your top 3? He's like, yo, I've been a fan of Line for Line, so this is an honor, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yo, wow, that's dope. And that's it. And honestly, this is the purpose of Line for Line. Like stuff like this, when people in the comments like, yo, I done never heard of him, but I need to know about him. And that's something great.
This is a top 5 one for me because
the purpose of Line for Line is for somebody like Bri Smilez to come on and be like, I'm looking you up. Like, that's really big. That's really big.
Yeah, to me, this is top 3 all time for me, just because we've had some good ones with NF and Eminem, but I already knew who NF was when you played them. When you introduce somebody to me, Jeremiah, on this, and they are like there, not even right there, but to me, I like them better. Yeah, that's special when that happens. Yeah, that's special.
Yeah. So yo, go bless Coop today. Hopefully we can show his video so you can kind of see what he looks like. But
no pressure.
I know.
You get that working.
But go support him, man. And shout out to 520, man. That's one of another thing. If you're an artist right here, and you on your independent grind, and everybody's not like highlighting you, go highlight them, man. They show love to everybody in this genre, regardless if you're a big dog or you're a small dog, just like us. And they got our DNA. I totally support 520 Collective, man. Shout out to Eric Boston and Nate and everybody over there at them, bro. So shout out to them, and shout out to you, Bri. Hopefully one day we can do a Line for Line with you, so somebody can be like, yo, I never heard of her, so we're gonna promote her too. So shout out to you.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much. I don't take this for granted for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us before your video shoot. So go ahead and kill that, and we can't wait to see that video too.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We love you guys.
Yeah, man, and continue to pray for us, and it's definitely showing David.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back in bed real quick. And just pray for a negative result on this COVID test. I do not need that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and pray for my job. they popping up every 2 weeks now. No, every week. 3 this week.
Yeah.
Anyway, you in the field with the Track Stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
I remember as a youngin' having dreams I could rap. Only 15, but I'm still amazed where I'm at. God gave me the music, I'm thankful for that. Only right that I use it to praise him with rap.
100. Tell me, this time it's saving. Tell me, just open your mouth. Tell me, are we gonna make it? Tell me.
Promise, I'm not another rapper who blows up then disappears. I plan for more progression and growth in the coming years. My biggest fear is really exposing all of my fears. Ironically, the more that I'm vulnerable, people hear. Feel like I've been a veteran even though this is new. I just acted like I knew who I was and what I could do. Maybe that's just how the good Lord blessed me to see the truth. Celebrities are really no different than me and you. I remember when I started DMing one of my heroes. Told me that there's much more to streaming numbers and zeros. Taught me that I gotta be different than all my peers, so I've been controversial on mics like Shapiro. Anyways, back to the music, I got a lot. I don't think that there's a way to prepare you for what I got. Just know I'm coming back and it's for that #1 spot. And now that things change, I still lean on the rock. I know a lot of people that wish they were in my place. Only reason I'm here, that's unconditional grace. I know a lot of girls with makeup caked on their face. I wish I could tell them the creator don't make mistakes. I've met a lot of fellas who drown their sorrows in bottles. The only thing that they really drowning out is tomorrow. This year I probably won't win the Grammy preaching the gospel. Sometimes the truth is a very difficult pill to swallow. You ever love somebody so much you start getting scared, afraid that when they need you the most that you won't be there. I'm not saying that I was emotionally unprepared, but there's a difference in being woke and being aware. I'm 2 minutes in and this album's already classic. By 2021 I'll be everything I imagined. I made my own lane and I like it without the traffic. Most of y'all still got it in park like Joe thoracic, and my challenge is neck. So as I walk through this valley filled with shadows and death, yeah, I walk to the land that was promised to me. I may be lost as a man, but my spirit is free. Welcome to exile, we're the ones they left out. So walk with your chest out and never put your head down, and walk to the land that Yahweh promised to you. Never let a man kill your dreams, follow the truth. As I rally the troops, this is for my little brothers who've been looking up to me ever since childhood youth. This the album I envisioned I would write when I was 8 years old. It's crazy now, vibing out in the booth, so let the credits roll, cause this movie gon' be incredible. The story starts with a baby, as a legend goes, born into slavery, so mama made a sacrifice. Float the boy down the river to find a better life. As fate would have it, that baby would reach the palace, raised to raise a chalice, a prince and a man of valor. But he was unaware of his ancestral balance. The boy who was born a slave to those slaves who became the master. One day he met the master who spoke and told him, I need you to go back to your land. I chose you to free my people. And though he felt like he was incapable of the task, he went from rags to riches and then riches to rags. I know you know the story of the Exodus. I am like a modern day Moses with my penmanship. So I tell the world, if you feeling like you still in your chains, I promise you are not the only one that's feeling this way. I told the devil, let my people go. And what am I gonna do about it? I don't even know. Yeah. I'm just a kid trying to find my way to Canaan, cause I'm tired of the lies and learning this world will never satisfy. Everything I have, I just built off hustle. From why to why not, like a spin-off Russell. Success is like a picture and we got all of the pieces. I just work words together like a jigsaw puzzle. I think I deaded this beat, no lawyers involved. My people follow me, they loyal no matter the cost. So as you follow me, prepare for toil and loss. This just the intro, so let's not spoil it all. Yeah. This just the intro, so let's not spoil it all. Welcome to exile.
Yo, what's up? This is Freedom Session Volume 2. It's your boy Jeremiah. I got a lot of people with me this time. I got Chris T, Sincere, LA, Miles Austin, Sean Grant. And you know what I'm saying? We about to get this thing popping. My man LA, let's go.
They like who? Boy, what's your name? Asking all them questions from my child who spit that flame. Epically, I'm insane. In movies, I will get fancy. Cigarettes, it felt no pain. And I'm going out with a bang. Like, bro, I'm here to hang so I can just make a change. Freestyling is out my range. By ciphers, I urge the train. And by bars, I earn my main in this industry with 3 topics. Money, power, and women. Let me share some other options. This, that. Mad City. I call this Mad City. Why you trying to be my guy? See, there's only one living, so don't go being silly. Nod your head to what's hitting. Holy Spirit won't resist it. It's LA if I fail to mention.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, let's go.
I've been resting on my laurels, counting on my bank account from all the verses invested and interest made. Got a nest egg, and if I don't buck it down, might lose my shirt. Don't get a new word, lose my worth. And all that I build might come to the ground. Ashes to ashes, dirt to dirt. So I brush off that dust off, that old me, that crust off, that old Sean. Been reborn since 01 and so on. Got nothing else to go on. Don't praise them, then I'm done for. My race hands on my ammunition. Welcome to the gun show. We compose, uncompose, download, then unload. Without him, there's no control. Connected to my console. So if you're on the wrong team, then vominos. Raise our bones like dominoes. Good news is the word of God is full of letters like envelopes, huh? No redemption if you mention what was meant for me. You meant for my retirement. I guess it wasn't meant to be.
A lot of y'all flip-flop, but I ain't got time for the trip-hop. They say we save so we can't do hip-hop. But if you hating on my team, you can kick rocks. Cause my guy too cold for that. And I'm trying to go hard, no holding back. They say we whack for this gospel rap, but we run in circles like cul-de-sac. They second guessing, they keep sweating. We just keep getting better. Forming arrows, forming weapons, but my God is forever. We just winning in here. Y'all keep sinning in here. Y'all keep tripping, time is ticking. We repenting in here. No grave, no rest in peace, cause salvation brought out the best in me. You want life as a recipe, and it's FMG to the death of me.
Yeah, this is FMG, in case you were oblivious. Some people feel some type of way, but they just gotta deal with this. C-Love, LA, Jeremiah, Sincere, Sean Grant, Lorna Marty, Miles Austin, no fear. These people talking smack, but I promise it's just a misconception. We're killing the game and no one recovers the murder weapon. I'm sick and tired of what they playing on the radio. That's why I put my heart in every bar in the studio. People looking up to me, contemplating that I would fail. No Alcatraz, but it's in my every cell, musically inclined. Something hard to find, a mix between the words of Paul 3000 and Einstein. I'm topped off the brain, sawed off the same, spitting bullets of influence. I'm commandeering the game, so watch what you say. This Meek Mill, the son, Joe Mo, you did work. That's a job well done. Let's go.
Everybody don't love us, nobody don't need us. If FMG was like MMG, man, I promise y'all I'd be leave button, but I'm right in my zone. This here my season, old school, Drew Hill give me one good reason why I shouldn't go ham on this, unbelievable Pam on this. Man, I'm just blessed that I'm fit to be here on this banger list. Sean Tanner, Chris Love, LA, MA, Jeremiah, I'm sincere, go run tell 'em we all here, all Christ, top tier, make a list of where we on topic. Ray Lewis said no weapon, so I know them boys just can't stop us. Where my dogs at, name a topic, no pride, you just gonna find 5 other guys and 2 girls that gonna stand tall in front of the whole world like,
yo, Freedom Music Group, FMGMP3.com. This was Freedom Session 2. We got more coming, man. More features, more everything, just more, man. Remember, FMGMP3.com.
For life, FMG. Let's go.
Now, I'm in the field with TRACKSTARZ right now. I had a blessed time. Hopefully, you guys are listening. If you're not, then you're losing.
Let's go next time.